Hey out there, real lifers and filmmakers. This is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use Microsoft Windows Movie Maker to edit your film submission for the Real Life Film Festival. And just so you are aware that everything we're going to talk about in this video is available online for you to come back and view later here at this URL right here at the top of your screen. So if you do a Google search for Windows Live Movie Maker, you should see a link that looks something like this for you to be able to come back and study up on how to edit your video. So in this video, what we'll do is we'll touch briefly on how to configure your video for a stop motion animation film, as well as a film that contains real life video and audio. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and launch Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. And this screen should look pretty familiar to you. This is your preview pane right over here on the left hand side, and this is where the magic will happen, right here in this main box here where you're going to add all your content. So first thing we need to do is add some content in here. So let's take a look at the stop motion variety of film, and let's add some photos in here. So remember, stop motion is a ton of pictures that you've taken, and I'm just on a browse here through my computer, so let me show you that step again. I add videos and photos, and then that sends me on a hunt through my computer for my photos. Here are my pictures that I've taken of a little wooden man dancing. Okay, so I'm going to hit open after I select all of those photos, and what you'll notice here is that all the pictures I've taken are starting to upload here into Windows Movie Maker. Okay, you'll notice this one here is not coming over, so what I'll do is I'll remove this one and see if we can't recover it, and we did. So there he is, and we got a nice collection here of my little stick man doing some Michael Jackson dancing. So here in a sec I'm going to show you how to make this gentleman appear as though he is animated, so you can have a stop motion film. So what I've done here with all of my photos is I've hit the control button and the letter A on my keyboard, and what that does is it selects all of the pictures. Now remember, we want this photo to move, and so basically it cannot stay on screen for very long. And you'll notice up here that all of these pictures right now are set at 7 seconds. So basically I control A to select all of the photos, and then what I'm going to do is come in here and tell them that I want all of the photos to remain on the screen for about 1/10 of a second. Okay, so now as you'll be able to see, I can come in here and click the different photos, and they will all show a duration of 1/10 of a second, which, as you'll see here, when I click this first one and press my space bar to make it play, he now appears animated and dancing as though he's moving around. And again, that's because we've sped up the time that each picture is on the screen for about 1/10 of a second. So remember, this is a dancing video, so he can't dance to no music. So what I'm going to do now is add a song. So just like I added videos and pictures, I'm now going to add some music. So by hitting this, it will send me again on a browse, and it just so happens that I have a Michael Jackson song here, Beat It. So I'm going to select that and again hit open, and what you'll notice is this green strip here. Now this is the music track, and you'll notice that within the music track you'll see all these audio waveforms. So that's where you can visually see the music that's in your movie. So what you can see here in this green stripe is that there's kind of a period of silence here at the beginning of my song, and then kind of a lead in. But this is a fast dance track, so I want to get straight to the dance jams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to Music Tools and Options, and I'm going to tell my music, and I happen to know that this song gets pretty cool at about 12 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this timer go up to about 12 seconds to where the really cool part of my music starts. So that way at the beginning of my movie, the music will already be queued up to the cool part that I want the music to start at. So you can see here that it's at about 7 seconds now. I can just type in 12 seconds if I want to, but I'm going to go just a little shy of 12 seconds, so maybe about 11 and change, so like 11.5 seconds. Coming up right about here is where I'm going to want to start my music at the beginning of my video. So now, as you saw that music slide through here, let's get a little preview of that. Now you see that the dance track starts and he's dancing right away. So that's how you can manipulate where your music starts. And one just quick final note about a stop motion animation. Typically once you add in your still pictures, or your music, you can even add voice here. So voice narration, for example, if you click this and have your microphone plugged in, you can record audio like your voice and insert it into the movie just as we practice the song here. So your voice will show up just as the song here does in this green stripe. Okay, so you can always add your own voice to any stop motion, but the point I want to make here is after you make some adjustments or changes, always come down here and save your movie. Right, so click Save Movie. You can tell it where you want it to live and give it a cool title. And there you go. That way you can always come back and make edits and things like that. Alright, real lifers, now that we've taken a look at how to make a stop motion animation short film, let's take a look at how to edit something using real life video and audio. Okay, so same steps apply. First thing we got to do is get some content over here into our workspace. So just like we did in the stop motion animation, we're going to come over here and add videos and photos. This time, so it went straight to my photos. So this time I have to look for my location where I keep my video. Okay, so for me on my computer, I know that I've got some video stashed in this folder right here. So I'm going to go ahead and find where my videos are. So again, I can Control A to select all of them and click Open. And just like before with my still shots of my dancing stick man, all my videos will automatically populate over here into my workspace. So once you get all your videos uploaded, you can begin to edit. And one of the edits you might want to make is what we call a trim. So for example, I might want to cut the front end or the back end, or maybe just take the middle section of this video clip and kind of delete the rest. So let's check this clip out here at the beginning. So you can see the girls there are kind of just joking around. So let's say I want to trim the front end of that clip off where they're kind of joking around a little bit. So to do that, again, I'm going to select the clip I want to work with, and I'm going to go to Video Tools and Edit. And so what I'm going to want to do is use the Trim tool here. Okay, and so what the Trim tool does over here on the left, it allows me to choose what portion of that clip I want to use. Right, so remember at the beginning, I want to trim off the front end right here where they're kind of looking around at their stuff. And down here on the back end, so they go back to work here, so maybe I want to trim off that part. I want to get just the part where they're waving. Okay, so that's this blue section right in here. So again, I've hit my Trim tool, and I can manipulate that entire clip by setting the beginning and the end, and then right up here after I'm done, I'm going to hit Save Trim. Okay, so what you'll notice now when I go back to the beginning of that same clip is that part where they're kind of messing around is gone, and it's just the wave. Okay, so you're probably going to have some footage where you're going to need to crop either the beginning or the end off, and that's exactly how you do that. Another thing you may want to do with an edit is something we call split a clip. Okay, so again, just like before, in order to work with a clip, I must first select it and get the blue border around it. But in this particular case, I'm going to want to split this particular clip here where these ladies are signing up for the group they're going to join. So basically what I do is I select the clip, I put my play head here at the beginning of that clip, and then I'm going to let it play until it gets to where I want to split it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. Let's say I want to have it split. So watch the screen here. You'll notice that that single clip right here turned into two. Okay, and now why might I want to do something like that? So let's say I want to now add a title right in there, right? Okay, and I'm going to add that and say sign up time. Okay, and there we go. So now I've got sign up time here in the middle of my two clips. Okay, so let's watch how that looks now. So this used to be one clip where the girls were signing up. Now it's going to be two clips with a sign up time title right there in between, and then it's going to go back to the second portion of that clip. Okay, so that is one cool piece on splitting a clip, so you can insert something in between. Alright, so another edit you might want to make has to do with the speed of the film, right? So again, I'm going to select a clip. So here's my good friend Lisa, and Lisa's just kind of hanging out here, standing here, but then she kind of takes off and walks towards us a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of edits here. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the clip, and what I want to do is I want to split this clip, so just like we practiced. So when she starts walking towards me, so that's right where I want to split it. So again, under Edit Tools, I'm going to split this clip. But what I want to do is make it look like she's walking really fast towards me in the second half of this clip. So what I'm going to do right here is select the second portion of the clip, come up here under Video Tools Edit, where it says ×1 speed. I'm going to want her to go about 4 times as fast in this clip. Okay, so let's check it out here. I'm going to go to the preview pane. What you'll see is her kind of standing there, and then when she starts to walk towards us, check it out, she'll walk 4 times as fast as she normally would. And there she goes. Okay, so you have the ability to speed something up. We can also slow it down. So again, if I want to have her walk super slow, so let's have her walk slow this time. So here's my friend Lisa again, standing around. Now let's get her in slow motion walking towards us. Okay, so pretty neat way to make edits and for you to make a point of emphasis or something, okay, in your video. Something you really want to draw the audience's attention to. Alright, so adding music or narrations is exactly the same as it is in stop motion animation. So let's say again, I want to add a musical selection, so I'm going to go ahead and browse my computer where I know I can find some cool music. So I'm going to go in here, I find my audio tracks. Let's go something a little contemporary, a little Some Nights by Fun. Right, and so again, remember from the earlier example, the stop motion animation, I can largely move this wherever I want. So I'm going to move my track down here. Again, I can preview it. Here we go. Okay, remember we can also change where and when that music happens. Okay, so if I want the start point to be at that particular place or not, I can adjust it here. I can also adjust the end point where I want that music to stop. Okay. Remember too, I can also add my own narration here by using a headphone mic, and I would bring that music in the same exact way, or that audio file of my voice in the same exact way I would the music. I'd go on a browse for it, bring it over, and stick it on the music track. Okay, so one thing we're noticing about adding your voice or your narration is that not all versions of Movie Maker have this section right here with record narration. So if that is the case, what you'll need to do is come down here and search your programs for your sound recorder. Okay, so if you type in just sound, sound recorder will come up, and then here you can add your narration, or let's say I want to have this little wooden man here have a conversation or some lines or something. So what I do is I simply hit start recording, and then I lay down whatever it is that this character is going to say. So this here is a recording of something that I would add to my character, and I'm going to insert this as it were a musical track. So this is a test of the sound recorder adding a voiceover to a stop motion video. So there I've stopped my recording. It's going to save it wherever I tell it. So I'm going to save it, stash it here in my music. So it's like a song, and I'm going to do a sound record demo. So there we go. I'm going to hit save. Okay, I can get rid of my sound recorder, and then just like I did earlier by adding music, I'm now going to go to where my music is, my sound record demo, and hit open. And as you can see now, and when I hit my preview button, so there you go, you're hearing my audio. And I'm going to insert this as it were a musical track. Okay, so just like we do with musical tracks, you can go to Sound Recorder, record your own sound, and then add it just as if it were a musical song into your movie. Okay, with my music I can also fade it in and fade it out so it just doesn't drop like a bomb on my audience's ears. So maybe I have my music fade in slow, I'll have it fade out fast. So here's what that looks like. So it's probably a little hard to hear there through the audio, but the music kind of came on slow and then it picked up steam as it got going. So that's what fading in or fading out is all about. And you can always change the music volume or your narration volume right here from the music tools options as well. So if your music's too loud, you can't hear the other stuff going on, you can always edit that here under music volume. Okay, kind of last thing I'll show you here on the basic editing tools of Movie Maker is the ability for you to be able to come in and put transitions in. Okay, so let's say here between these two clips, so my friend Lisa walking nice and slow, and then this one here where our music starts, let's say right in here I want to put a fun little transition. Okay, something that will look kind of like that. Right? So basically, as you can see, kind of this grayed out section of this box shows kind of where that transition is going to take place. So how I did that is I put my my black playhead in between two clips where I wanted that transition to go, and we'll stick another one. Let's put another one right here. And this time let's do a kind of a triangle piece like that. So again, there's a gray transition box that you can see here. So let's go back to the beginning of these transitions. So here's my friend Lisa walking nice and slow, because remember we set that up as part of an edit. Now here comes our transition. There's the diamond out. There's our music starting, and we have one more transition going in here to the breakfast that everybody got. Okay. Okay, and just like we did with the stop motion, anytime we make any edits or changes or something like that to our video, okay, what we're going to want to do is come up here to Save Movie. Tell it where we want it to live, so I usually like to pick desktop for mine, and so this time we'll call it Real Life Film Demo. Okay, so there it is. We save it, it goes onto the desktop, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, or have your supervisor do so, and we'll get you guys all squared away with the edits.